So, you guys, today we're going to be reacting to Kaitlin Bennett's video, Libs Ruin Dog Walker's Life and Get Her Fired. But I'm going to actually be debunking all the stuff that she says in this video, her points, and stuff like that. Because first of all, not everybody that does the bad things like that you don't like are liberal. You don't know if that person that did that was a liberal, and he had a reason.
A viral video going around including a black man and a white woman who got into an altercation about whether or not she needs to leash her dog. What if I tell you that there is much more to this 60-second video, and what you know about it isn't true?
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
Can
me.
I take pictures on the box?
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
First of all, this woman is choking her dog. Second of all, well, yeah, this woman's choking her dog.
I'm going to tell them there's an accident. Threatening my life. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please.
He's not threatening her life. I think there was something about him telling her to put the dog on the collar. I don't know if that's exactly, or on the leash, but I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but I do know that first of all, she's being dramatic. Second of all, she's basically choking her dog.
Send the cops immediately.
Now, after watching this 60-second video, if you are a normal thinking human being, you're going to realize that it starts filming at the point where something has already happened. There's already been an altercation. Something has led up to this point where both parties seem very upset. And if you are that normal human that thinks rationally when they see things like that, you're going to want to dive in more and see what caused this altercation to happen and what led this woman to call the cops. Unfortunately, the internet is full of people who aren't rational and who want to cancel anybody who may call the cops on a black person.
She was literally calling the police because he asked, I think it was something about him asking her to put her dog on a leash. And first of all, well, I don't know if I think her dog may have been already on a leash, I don't know. But she's threatening to call the police and saying that he's threatening her life when he's not threatening her life. He's not threatening her life at all. And the police have more important things than to handle false calls for people who are being dramatic and stuff like that. They have more important things, but she's saying that he's threatening her life when there's actually whose life are getting threatened for real.
Now, what I want to point out, which I don't see many other people pointing out, is that if this had been an altercation between a white dog owner and another white person in the park, it wouldn't be headlines. No one would be complaining about this altercation. But to manufacture outrage from you and to get clicks from you and to monetize that outrage, they have to make a simple incident between two individuals about race. What the outrage mob on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook won't tell you guys about this incident is that the man who actually recorded this posted in his own words how he threatened this woman. I'm going to break it down, read his Facebook post to you, read some stuff from CNN about what he does in that park. But before I do that, make sure you go to patreon.com.
Don't go there.
I instantly roll my eyes, and you guys should too, because we know by now what the mainstream media does to cause a divide in this country and to monetize that divide. I decided to actually watch the video, and the only thing I personally got out of it was that this poor dog is being choked because this woman is obviously upset.
I'm in the ramble, and there's a man.
She's literally abusing her dog.
He's recording me and threatening me and my dog.
Girl, you're choking your dog. You're about to kill your dog. Put your dog down, you idiot. Hold him by the leash.
I thought, what the heck led up to this point? This didn't just start. This isn't how their interaction just started. He started filming when it was convenient for him. But here's what actually happened in the lead up to the start of this video.
Can I show you some really, really disturbing math?
No. Oh my
Christian
God.
Cooper, who is the black man who started recording this video and posted it to his Facebook page, in his own words, described what happened. Me, ma'am, dogs in the ramble have to be on the leash at all times. The sign is right there. Her, the dog runs or clothes. He needs his exercise. Me, All you have to do is take him to the other side of the drive, outside the ramble, and you can let him run off leash all you want. Her, it's too dangerous.
Ma'am, dogs in the... I feel like there's a part where they're both in the wrong. I don't know if he wasn't really threatening her life. He wasn't threatening her life or the dog's life. He didn't do that. He didn't threaten her life or the dog's life. She's just being dramatic. But she should have had her dog on a leash. And first of all, yeah, he's right. It is dangerous. I mean, it's different for... I know there's some people that actually argue that cats should have to be on a leash, but cats are less dangerous. Cats won't just go up to you and attack you. Dogs are most likely to do that. He didn't really threaten her life or the dog's life. She was just being dramatic and calling the cops for no reason. I mean, maybe maybe he didn't really threaten anyone's life. He didn't threaten anyone's life. All right, he didn't.
Look, if you're going to do what you want, I'm going to do what I want. But you're not going to like it. Her, what's that? Me, to the dog. Come here, puppy. Her, he won't come to you. Me, we'll see about that. He then goes, I pulled out the dog treats I carry for such intransigence. I didn't even get a chance to toss my treats to the pooch before Karen scrambled to grab the dog. Her, don't you touch my dog. That's when I started video recording with my iPhone, and when her inner Karen fully emerged and took a dark turn. Now you can see he's already admitting to gaslighting the situation.
Gaslighting. What the heck?
Especially by calling her Karen, because he got mad that her dog wasn't on a leash. To me, that makes him the Karen.
First of all, there's a reason that she's mad, that he was mad. First of all, dogs are extremely dangerous, and if you keep them off the leash, something bad could happen. The dog could attack someone. The dog could literally just go do anything he wants. He could bite someone, attack somebody, kill somebody, and all that stuff. He could go to another person's pet and attack them or kill them. That's why dogs have to be on a leash. He's just trying to keep everyone around that was around safe and stuff like that so that nobody's getting hurt. Also, he didn't... what he said was kind of bad, but he didn't threaten her life or the dog's life. And, Kaitlin, we all know that what you're saying here is wrong. First of all, Alright, first of all, the Karen thing, I don't know if any of them were really Karens, but... listen. She was not the victim. She's acting like the victim. But in this situation, he was right. Alright, he was right. She should have her dog on a leash. She shouldn't just let her dog roam around everywhere. And she was choking her dog with the thing. She could have just got it by the leash, but she was choking her dog. And that could be considered animal abuse. Also, she was calling the police for no reason. He didn't threaten anyone's life. Alright? So stop being dramatic, sweetie.
Now, looking through this dialogue that Christian Cooper himself posted, it's obvious that since everything's going on in the country, and especially a lot of things are shut down in New York City, she wants to let her dog exercise in the usual places she would go to do that, or else shut down, because...
Then keep him on a leash. Keep him on a leash unless you're going... keep him on a leash. Just keep him on a leash. Or take him to the other side like the guy said.
Government made her. Now, she doesn't want to go on the other side of what I guess New York City calls the ramble, because she says it's too dangerous over there. So she's trying to be safe, but also go within what...
If you can't go on the other side of the ramble, which I'm pretty sure the ramble means the dog park where you can let your dog off the leash and stuff like that, keep your dog on the leash, and you can, run with him, exercise with him in your house. But put it on a leash. It's unsafe. Unless you're in unless you're in the part of the dog park where you can do that, then don't. Because on the thing it says you can't, it says you have to have your dog on the leash at all times. Like, come on. Common sense. This actually reminds me of people in my apartment. They used to, like, go with their dog. And then the dog, like, wouldn't be on a leash. And I was just like, put your dog on a leash.
The government's
Okay.
allowing her to do by letting her dog run in this area. Obviously, he's not happy about it, so him, being the Karen, goes up to her, not really bothering him, and tells her to put her dog on a leash. Now, she refuses. She says, you know, she's letting her dog exercise. This is the only place I want to let him exercise. So he tells her, okay, well, you don't want to do that? Then I'm going to do what I want to do.
Alright, I'm gonna react to another video because I debunked her. The second video is this transphobic guy named The Amazing Lucas. This video was made like a year ago, but from what I've heard, he still has these views, the same opinions and views. He calls these women men. What's going on here? But yeah, here we go.
The funniest story
He's the worst
I've heard all.
transphobe ever. That intro was ugly as hell.
Oh my goodness. Guys, I know you haven't heard the story, so I'm gonna tell you this one. I'm gonna let you know this one. So there's a Connecticut track meet, right? And it's a 100-meter dash. It's the all-female.
Sorry you guys, my video just stopped. So I'm gonna have to edit these two clips together. But basically, what I was saying is that, he's calling these transgender women men. Here's where we were at.
Track meet, right? And it's a 100-meter dash. It's the all-female 100-meter dash. And within the girls, there are two T-girls, aka boys, who are racing, who they,
They're not boys.
identify as girls now. No surgery.
I hope this guy never has kids. Who's his girlfriend? Who would date him? Not only is he dumb, I bet he thinks he's one of those guys who would be like, oh my god, why doesn't any girl want to date me? I'm so hot. Like, no.
Nothing, right? So they had these high school boys.
And he's one of the guys that if a girl said no, she didn't want to date him, he'd be like, oh, you're probably a lesbian or something to her.
Against girls. The article goes on to state that they even set a record time, one of them. I'm like, I wonder why.
Because they're transgender women, it doesn't give them an advantage of running. There's lots of women who run faster than men, and there's men who run faster than women. It didn't give her an advantage, alright? So, yeah.
Thought of this, what is going on? But the funniest part about this whole story is really not funny if you think about it. But the funny part of the story is the video. If you look at this one white girl, you can tell that the ignorant just wants to come out. She just wants to go full ignorant in the video. Because she looks at the camera, you can just see in her face, she's just not having it. Like, I can honestly hear what she's thinking right now. Okay, so nobody's going to say anything about that? The elephant in the room? No. His shorts.
Oh my god, no, first of all, only a little kid would say that because they were confused. Also, for how and why she did it. And I'm gonna ask her, did he bribe her? Why the hell is that?
Like, I don't think they thought this.
Why he laughing?
You best believe, if I was in a co-ed high school, you best believe I would, have a sudden change of heart. But you know what? I identify as a girl now, and I would take every record there was in the female track video.
That's not how it works. If you guys want a video on how it works, I'm not saying myself, but I have been, amongst myself, I have been searching it up, asking different people, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna explain to you guys how that whole process and you don't get to identify with that. There's more to it. There's more to this thing. Yeah. Probably don't know what that means, but I'm gonna make a video after this explain.
Female soccer, whatever it was, I would destroy. Get myself a full scholarship to the college of my choice, and then freshman year, be like, you know what? I identify as a boy, kid.
Well, she could have lost even if they weren't in the race. And who cares? First of all, that's not how it works. Not everyone's a detransitioner. The reason is not because of this whole thing. It's because of the doctors failing them. The doctors are telling them that they are when they're not. It's not the person's fault. It's the doctor's fault. And second of all, it is fair. You're just trying to make dumb points. It doesn't matter if she's trans or not. The girl could have still lost. The other girl who's not trans.
An attack on women, but that's what it is, because you know what, if a female goes, I self-identifies as a man and goes into football, gets hired by the NFL, what do you think's going to happen to them? I don't care how much, they inject in themselves, it's not going to end well. We already had enough.
It could, listen, because there's women who are freakishly tall and buff. They're freakishly tall and strong and they're not trans. Is it not okay for them to go in? That's kind of what it's like. But anyway, they wouldn't go for the NFL. First of all, they would probably inject tea in themselves, work out, and transition and stuff. Second of all, they can get really big muscles actually from that. Second of all, there's actually really tall trans guys.
For instance, like that with the wrestling. Well, now what happened if I start applying for, a scholarship? What happened if I start applying for female grants
Wait,
and
what
stuff
does that
like
say?
that? Who?
Oh my god.
We already had another instance like that with the wrestling.
They're mad that he's is it like the one where they put a transgender guy in the girls wrestling team because they still saw him as a girl, and then people are mad about him winning even though they're the ones who put him there. Like they're probably saying, oh yeah, he's a boy, why is he there, why did he win, that's why he won. If you don't want him to be there, then why did you put him there? Like, damn.
Now what happened if I start applying for, a scholarship? What happened if I start applying for female grants and stuff like that? Who are you to say that I'm not a female? And the truly disheartening part about this is that
I can debunk if he tried to become a woman, I could literally debunk him. I know he's not trans, and I could debunk him in so many ways.
These are kids, and they're not adults. If Kaitlyn Jenner wants to do that to himself, that's on him. But these are kids.
Herself. It's not himself. It's herself. Stop misgendering people, you asshole.
You want to tell me this is a 15-year-old boy? I guarantee he doesn't know what he wants. And for a parent who's supposed.
First of all, there are lots of people that are actually trans. And he's just making fun of it, basically.
So, supervise and, bring this young man into adulthood. This is disgraceful. And, when parents are children themselves in mind, then what does that lead us to? Like, what does that lead our future to? Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think.
I'm going to react to another one of his. Sorry, you guys. My video ended because I had not enough space, but I deleted some stuff. But this is the second video. I'm going to have to edit these all together, obviously. But this is the second video of the amazing Lucas. The trans film. This was made 3 years ago. I don't know if his views are still the same, but I'm pretty sure they are.
This all the way through.
Okay, if you guys don't know, this is about basically there's this transgender guy, yeah, and he joined the female wrestling team, the girls wrestling team, because they wouldn't let him be in the boys wrestling team, and he won, and now people are mad, but they're the ones who made him go there.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but everyone's going crazy about this transgender boy wrestler who won the female match, because in Texas, you have to compete as your whatever it says on your birth certificate, essentially.
Real wrestling is a serious and respectable sport.
If you view this from someone on the left, someone on the Democratic liberal side, They believe, hear me out, they believe that there's no such thing as biological sex.
No. They don't believe. That's not what they believe. First of all, not all people that believe. So basically, he's basically saying that they believe that he's a boy, with it, which is true. It's not. It's not believing. It's a fact. But not all people on the left or the liberal side think that. Some of them do. Some of them don't. And then who says that?
They believe that there is no difference between a man and a woman. They also
There is a difference between a man and a woman. This guy's a man. The transgender boy wrestler is a man.
believe
Or a
that
boy.
you can determine your gender. Whether
You can. You don't know the difference between gender and sex. Like, bruh. There's more sexes than two. And there's two genders, but more than two sexes. Okay, and yeah. You literally don't know anything about this, huh? Before you make a video, do your research, please. Gender and sex are different.
whatever you feel like is how you are. So, in a sense, they believe that your feelings trump science.
Science backs up being transgender. Are you stupid? There's science behind being transgender. There's mental stuff and science behind being transgender. So be quiet and do your
That's
research.
what they believe. So, if we take that belief, if we take that logic and run with it, and we view this story through that filter, guess what? There is absolutely nothing wrong with what happened. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Because if there's no...
There is something wrong. They made him be in the women's one, and then when he won, they got all mad because he won and he's a man. You can't just put... That's like... Okay. That's like in a game. You put a boy on a girl's team. And then... If that team wins that has the boy on it, you guys get all mad about it. But you guys are the one that forced him to be on that team, even though he wanted to be on the boys' team.
difference between a boy and a girl.
There are.
There shouldn't be any difference anywhere, period. So all in all, what people are complaining about is that this girl, well, this is a boy. Well, no, it's a girl because it's a transgender boy, which that means is she was born a girl and she is now trans.
No, it's a transgender guy who is a guy. He was born a girl, but it's not that she was born a girl, it's that he was born a girl. He.
Into a boy. So what this girl is now doing is she's taking testosterone shots, right?
What this boy's doing is that he's taking testosterone shots.
Steroids, right? They are like, that gives her an unfair advantage. Duh.
That gives him an unfair advantage.
That's why men play with men on football, you know, and there's a women's basketball league, there's a women's football. I don't know if you consider lingerie football, but still, right? Because we are biologically different. Something that the left doesn't believe. This is absolute lunacy, right? Because you know everything to how we respond, our behavior, our maturity level, who matures faster, our actual bone density, the way our biological our pelvis is made.
No. Developing. Do you mean like mentally developing or physically developing? Obviously there's differences. But obviously there's differences between males and females. There are differences. There are. He's right in some way. And there are differences, but I can't tell if he means like mentally developing or physically developing.
Ours and women's are usually broader than men's. Everything. Being an artist for, 20 some odd years, you know these things. There's specific landmarks on a woman's body that differentiates from a man's body. But they want to make that a wash. Just, no, absolutely not.
No, there are differences, but that's not what they mean by that.
No such difference. Which is conflicting when we come into things where these differences are quite blatant. When it comes...
Why would you put him... Oh my god. I get what you're saying, but if they put him on a women's wrestling team and get mad when he wins because he's a man, then they have no right. Back again. The video stopped again. I deleted enough stuff, though, so it's fine, but, I'm gonna have to edit it together.
You are honestly think about it, what about if there are what they are saying? If there's incoherent
We'll go back to where we are.
now have sports, then why should they exist there, but outside of the sports spectrum, completely the same? That does not make sense. It's incoherent thinking. It's illogical. It's nonsensical. And if you honestly think about it, what about if there are what they are saying? If there's over 50 genders or something.
There's not 50 genders. There are 2. Non-binary is not a gender. Gender fluid is not a gender. Gender fluid is being male and female, or feeling like either one. Depends on the day. Non-binary isn't a gender fluid because non-binary is not a gender. But there's no 3rd, 4th, or 5th gender. There's 2, I agree, male and female, because non-binary isn't binary. All those others, agender, bigender is male and female, agender is not. Okay, because you don't identify as either, it's not a gender. Non-binary isn't binary. Genders are binary, though. So, I mean, there are 2 genders, but there's more than 2 sexes.
Like that. Well, what about the people who are gender questioning? What about those who are gender fluid? If you really don't...
If you're questioning your gender fluid, questioning your gender. Gender fluid isn't like 50 genders. Gender fluid is male and female, too. You're not both. You're one or the other in the gender fluid. Which one you feel like?
No, if you belong in the man or the woman category. What happens if you're gender non-binary? What happens if you're, not in...
You're not any gender.
I'm neither a man or a woman. What sport do you play? Oh my goodness. The transsexual community makes up, I think, 0.03% or something absurd as such as that. There's such
Transgenders may like one out of 13 people, one out of 13 people maybe. I don't know exactly.
Small percentage of the American population that they can be seen as an outlier. That doesn't mean they don't matter, but the fact that 97% of the Americans, which are heterosexual, of course, because that's how we got here, are catering to and being oppressed by this. I don't even know. I can't even use adjectives that give the idiocy of this type of thinking. I don't even know what to call it. It's like it's I guess regressive thinking. That's what it is. Regressive thinking. Regressive left. I mean, that's what they want to do. To the point where, they want to dictate our speech. That's what they're saying. You know, there's a great...
The reason dictate your speech. A lot of people who say really rude things about, trans people and stuff, say that, oh God, there's a spider here. Say a lot of things like that. Say, oh yeah, they're trying to dictate your speech. They're not. They don't want you to say stuff like that because it's rude and discriminatory. How would you like it if I went up to you and said, oh my God, you're a heterosexual, you're straight, or you're a woman, or you're a man, or you're this, you're that. How would you like that? That's what it's like. That's how it's like. That's why people don't want you doing that, because it's rude, insensitive, and it's proper knowledge to know that you shouldn't talk about people like that.
Not his name, but there's this quote. I'm going to give you the gist of it, where he says, the U.S., given the Second Amendment, the First Amendment and everything, there's certain things we can't say. Now that pisses off people as is. But now to take an extra step further to say now there are rules and laws put in place to things that you must say, which is essentially what they're trying to do with the whole pronouns and Z and they and all that. You're trying to...
First of all, people just want you to respect their pronouns. Is it too much to ask? Normal. Well, a lot of trans people, nobody uses Zer. Zer isn't a really valid pronoun because, what the heck is Zer? People are making up all this stuff. Sir, Zer. Oh, I attacked a helicopter. Those attack helicopter jokes aren't funny. People are making up all this stuff. But there's a reason that you should call people by their preferred pronouns, whether it's she, he, or they. Because, first of all, it's discriminatory not to, it's rude, and it's common sense to respect people.
And there has to come a point in time where the route they're going, there's going to be diminishing returns. Because liberals, lefts, people who are truly libertarians or follow the Democratic Party, they're gonna hop off of this crazy train. And you know what else? There have been other cases like this. There's been Matt Kroc, who's a powerlifter, a bodybuilder, who now's transitioned to being a woman, who's now debating whether or not he's going to do female bodybuilding or male bodybuilding. That, and then you have Chloe something, who's a transgender woman, born a man and now is a woman and competed in CrossFit. And now there's this. I mean, so there is going to have to be a consensus made on the rules and regulations. There's eventually is. And that's going to lead to some definite, some interesting legislature. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think.
Alright, so you guys, that's the end of my video too, actually. I hope that you guys please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please stay tuned for my next video explaining how being transgender works.